to Financial Minds Meet the Experts. I'm Jaime Agostino. As you know, on this podcast, we're joined by financial industry experts to talk about topics, trends, and themes that credit union professionals need to know about. Today, we are joined by Karie Bedford, Senior Relationship Manager, Financial Institutions Channel with Sallie Mae. Karie, before we get started, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, your role, and how long you've been with Sallie Mae?
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. So excited to be here with you today. I have been with Sallie Mae I'm on my 13th year this fall. I joined Sallie Mae in a similar capacity as I am now, so very familiar with working with a lot of different people as they begin the beginning stages of navigating through paying for your children for college and after. Personally, I have a freshman this year in college, so I see things through a total different lens this year. I also have a sophomore in high school, so it's been a great experience work at Sallie Mae and also to learn a lot about this whole journey, which isn't just overnight, as you may or may not know. So
Right. Yeah,
thanks for
well, I
having
will be
me.
joining you next year. My daughter is a senior in high school this year, so I'll be going down the whole college tour next year with financial needs. So anyway, so to start us off, can you give us a quick overview of Sallie Mae and how it supports credit union members in financing higher education?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, good luck with your journey next year. It goes by so fast. I keep pinching myself. But just to give you a little overview of Sallie Mae, we are the leader in the private student loan industry, which there's several of us out there. We do have 65% market share, which has continued to grow year over year. We really focus on providing students, and a student could be anyone who's learning, anyone who's going on that journey. So a lot of students are undergraduate, which is probably the most of our population with Sallie Mae. But then we also have a lot of graduate students and families that all find themselves needing a private student loan. So as they navigate these years, we're here for them to achieve those goals.
All right. So, what makes Sallie Mae's approach to student lending different from other private lenders in the market?
Good question. So, for starters, Sallie Mae is a financial institution. So, our approval rate overall on all of our student loans is going to be higher than any of our competitors. Why? We originate, underwrite, service, and disperse all of our loans. So everything is coming through Sallie Mae. We don't sell our loans. We are U.S. based and own all of our loans. We also recognize that a lot of our student borrowers, all of our borrowers are going to be student borrowers. They're young borrowers, sometimes as 18 years old. Very little credit or any established credit at that matter. So at that point, we really recognize that a cosigner is key to this relationship. So Sallie Mae is also not only the leader in the market, but we also have an industry-leading cosigner release policy. So it's the best in the industry. To summarize, once the student borrower, has completed their education, so whether they've graduated, they've just completed their course of study, what have you, and they've assumed full responsibility of their loans, paying the complete principal and interest for 12 consecutive months. It has to be consecutive months. They're then able to apply to have their cosigner released. So once that cosigner is released, it does not change their loan that they originated their loan with maybe 3, 4, 5 years before. It doesn't change that. There's no hard credit pull. It just releases that cosigner from that responsibility. So that's a very attractive piece for cosigners as well.
Absolutely. So, why is now a particularly important time for credit unions to be promoting student loan options?
Well, great. Another good question. But as I mentioned, I have my daughter who's going to be a freshman, and I just received a bill. So bills are out. They take a little longer. They're supposed to be out by I believe the beginning of July or mid-July. They're out now. So now is our peak season. So right now is really the time to get in front of your members because tuition bills have been sent and they're due. So this is a great time to be in front of those members, especially speaking to those who may need a little assistance or guidance as they navigate paying for college.
Yeah. What are the main benefits for credit unions that choose to partner with Sallie Mae?
So there's zero risk, basically, going through a partnership with Sallie Mae. As I mentioned earlier, all of our student loans are funded by Sallie Mae. So again, there's no credit, no risk, nothing for that credit union. Credit unions actually earn a percentage of the loan's principal amount funded. So as soon as a loan disperses, they will receive compensation on that dispersed loan volume. We also assign each credit union a relationship manager. So the relationship manager will work with them to navigate. How do we plan? How do we educate? Where do we get these tools? We also have a free marketing portal that is available for all members or credit unions to access for their members. There they'll find a ton of information. We have financial literacy resources. Example, how to understanding FAFSA, understanding your financial aid award letter. We do some comparison on the federal private student or federal loan program and the private student loan program. So just compare things, really trying to educate everyone on their options before they do make this commitment to taking a loan. In addition, we have email templates. So if the credit union wanted to email their members, we have email templates, we have ad tiles, just a lot of free resources that are available for credit unions to access. The solution for partnering with Sallie Mae is really turnkey. I mean, it can be up and running in 2 weeks. Very little oversight, little management. Really, you get a vanity URL, put it on your site, and that's really all that you need to do. And then one other thing we do at Sallie Mae is we have a non-compete contract provision. So that means that we do not market to any of your members for any other products. So we won't go use that list. We won't sell lists. And we won't market. We suppress marketing to all of your members. So those are some of the main benefits for joining.
Okay. So how can offering Sallie Mae's education loan suite help a credit union retain existing members, but also attract new ones, especially in that younger demographic?
Yeah, so really here with with credit unions, we're really looking at member retention, right? So you get those members at a really young age. You're going to expand your product line because right now you may not offer student loan solutions. However, by partnering with Sallie Mae, you're going to leverage these private student loan products, allowing these undergraduate and graduate students to maybe come back to you after their graduation and also for future borrowing needs. Maybe they need an auto loan, maybe they need a home loan. They're you're top of mind for them. So you really retain that membership base and are there for them as they plan for their future.
All right. What are some of the key features of Sallie Mae's undergraduate and graduate student loans that directly benefit the credit union members?
So we have a variety of loan options and solutions. We base things out based really on that individual loan need, right? So if we have the undergraduate, it's pretty straightforward, but we have a lot of different disciplines that we focus on for graduate school loans. So we really want to make sure that student borrower is in the correct loan. Once they get there, the online application credit decision is done in about 15 minutes. This can be initiated by the student and it can also be initiated by the cosigner. So both are going to have a part and both need to complete their parts, but it can be initiated by either party. All of our loans have a multiple repayment option. So they can elect at the time of choosing their loan to they could have an interest only payment. They could have a small monthly payment, or they could elect just to wait and pay everything once they get out of school. and defer their payments. All of these repayment options are valid the entire time they're in school and 6 months grace period after they graduate. This just prevents them from graduating and all of a sudden having a huge, loan that they may not be, prepared for. So, and we do a lot of communication as they lead up to their full principal and interest repayment. So shouldn't be a surprise. We also offer free access to quarterly FICO scores. There is a 0.25 percentage rate, interest rate reduction when they elect an auto debit. We have no origination or prepayment penalties. And oftentimes when the borrower comes back to Sallie Mae, we recognize them and there is a rate advantage to coming back for a future loan.
All right. So how does Sallie Mae then ensure a smooth and transparent borrowing process for students and their families?
I mentioned that we have the, quick 15-minute application approval. So that's not where it ends. Once that's taken, we take that amount and we send that directly over to the school. So we send that to the school for them to certify that, in fact, that the amount requested by that student is in fact what they owe to the school. Okay. We do this just to avoid overborrowing. So, for example, you may have a grant from the school and it may or may not be received yet by the school. The bill's out, due date's out, but they will maybe check and make sure that, oh, you know what, you requested 20,000 and you may only need 18,000. So we just do that for overborrowing purposes. And another step we have just to stay consistent with overborrowing is all of our funds are directly dispersed to the school. So they are never dispersed to the student. So the school handles any refunds, anything like that. And we don't give that, it's not going to the student to have that money to do as they please.
Okay. All right. You had mentioned, financial literacy a little earlier. How does Sallie Mae support financial literacy and responsible borrowing for the students and their families?
So I mentioned our marketing portal, and there we have a whole section that's just focused on financial literacy. So you could look on there, many tools and resources for you to leverage to promote on your site, to get out to members. I mentioned FAFSA, repayment options, gap financing is where the private student loan would come into place. Scholarships, and that's huge, right? So we want to make sure that we are promoting scholarships and giving everyone the best sources possible to navigate the scholarships and free money out there. And also Sallie Mae also hosts national webinars. So we host these for families to join just based on all of these topics, just really to educate everyone on their choices and make sure they're making the right choices as they navigate this journey.
Okay. How can credit unions use Sallie Mae's educational resources to add value for their members beyond just lending?
Yeah, so I mean, again, they can just take advantage of all these free tools and resources. I mean, really educating is key, right? You want to make sure your members are educated on the student loan process. I think it's also really important to educate the branches and the credit unions too, just to make sure that they know that you have this product that you're offering. Yes, taking it firsthand here, it's a difficult journey. So you really want to make sure that you're providing everyone with as many resources that they could use to make these big decisions, that are due in August.
Well, for those credit unions that haven't yet added private student loans to their offering, what would you say is the biggest reason they should consider it now?
Again, I would just say member retention. I know that's key for credit unions, marketing this private student loan. Again, the demographic is going to be, 18 to 22, 23, pretty much. You're going to get your younger members engaged. You're going to be talking about products that they need that, is top of their mind or, it affects their goals directly. So I do think that that's really the key thing. And then again, they will be keeping the credit unions top of mind as they need future products in the future.
All right. For those credit unions listening that are interested in partnering with Sallie Mae today, how can they get started?
So it's simple. I mean, you just reach out to your Visit Financial account representative, get a contract, submit that. In addition, we need a logo. They'll send it over to Sallie Mae. We take care of all the rest. Once we get you set up, we'll give you your vanity URL that just is housed on your website, give you access to the marketing portal we're talking about, so you have access to all the free tools and resources for you just to set up your campaigns.
All right. Well, Karie, thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Of course. Thank you.
You're welcome. So this episode of Financial Minds, it's brought to you by Viso Financial's partner, Sallie Mae. It's that time of year again. Students are looking for additional ways to pay for their college expenses this fall, and Viso Financial has just the program for you to help your members find an option that works for them. Our partnership with Sallie Mae offers a suite of products and services to support member education finance needs through loans and various repayment plans. The suite of education loans created specifically for the needs of graduate and undergraduate students offers your college-age members the money they need for school certified expenses. And while it helps your credit union retain and grow membership, it also generates fee income for each originated loan. For more information about the program, contact your Viso Financial corporate account manager. As always, thanks for listening and make it a great day.